our Assistant Governor Steve just reminded me that, make sure everybody knows on our Rotary Foundation banquet, any of our Rotarians that will sign up to attend, our club will pay the fee for going. And so now for our program, Steve Weitzel.
Good afternoon. I'm here to introduce our current district governor. Her name is Ineke Wilson. She's a native of the Netherlands, moved to the United States in 1981, became a citizen in 1999. She's been a member of several Rotary clubs. She's currently a founding member of the Huntersville Happy Hour Rotary Club. She's 10 years perfect attendance, graduate of the Rotary Leadership Institute, and has been recognized as a distinguished Rotarian. Ineke has served as District Interact Chair, played a significant role in seminar for Mars leaders. She serves as aide to the governor, that was Governor Bob, and as Assistant Governor for 3 years, which she was recognized as Outstanding Assistant Governor in 2013. She's a strong supporter of the Rotary Foundation. She's a Paul Harris Fellow, a sustaining member, a member of the Paul Harris Society. She participated in the district team climb of Mount Kilimanjaro, which collectively raised over $100,000 for polio blood, and as a bonus, she got engaged on top of Mount Kilimanjaro to Mama. Ineke has visited 47 countries, 6 continents. She likes traveling, fly fishing, sailing, time with family and friends. She's a member of the Bethel Presbyterian Church. Ineke is founder and owner of The World Is Our Backyard, which is a cultural enrichment program that serves over 25,000 elementary students each year, which allows the students to experience the history and cultures of foreign countries, North Carolina, and the Native Americans. Ineke is married to Bob Wilson, who is past district governor, who is also her aide. Together they have 4 daughters and 6 grandchildren. Please rise and welcome gift to District 760, Ineke Wilson.
Can you hear me? Yes. Yes. All right, thank you for having me. I'm excited. And on the way here, Bob says, and that's the truth, he said, this is the most favorite club. And of course, with my favorite assistant governor here, right, Steve? So it's great to be here. I'm walking around, so because I've learned somewhere that a moving target is harder to hit, so this way it's going to be a challenge for you guys. This year, the theme is Be a Gift to the World. What a great theme that is. I mean, because we all have gifts to the world, right? Yes. Last year it was Light Up Rotary, and Bill, when it was your year, what was it? It was a long one, right?
95, 96.
Right. He said something about it, integrity and service. It was a long title. When Bob was district governor, it was Make Dreams Real. And he still makes my dreams real. How about that? So, as an educator, I know that people learn in different ways. Some people learn by hearing, some learn by seeing, and some learn by doing. So I brought movies, I brought pictures, because everybody learns in a different way. Also, I learned the other day that 10% of the people retain knowledge by hearing and 20% by reading. So right now, 70% of you don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Then 75% retain knowledge by discussion and 95% retain knowledge by education. So I'm all about education. So there's 4 things that I'm going to talk about that I very much believe in, and that is education, collaboration, celebration, and the power of one. And don't worry, my speech won't be long. I don't believe in long speeches. Speeches should be like mini skirts, long enough to cover the basics and short enough to keep your attention. So education, how we're going to educate the community. We need to tell the community who we are, where we are, and what we do. Now, I believe in the Gastonia Rotary Club. I believe the people in Gastonia know who you are. Don't you think? Yes, yes. They know who you are, they know where you meet, and they know what you do. So I'm preaching to the choir here. But there's a lot of Rotary clubs that they meet every week, and they wonder why they don't gain members, because nobody knows where they are or who they are. So I've been really promoting in the district, put your Rotary logo on there. My dream would be to see so many Rotary logos that people will say, who are these people? I want to join them. They do so many good things. So put your Rotary sign on the projects. And then of course, service above self. That's our motto. Now I know the last couple of years, Rotary International and in the district, it was all about numbers. More members, more money. But I believe if we do good service projects, that people will want to join. We got to educate the community what we do. If we educate the Rotarians about what the foundation does, then we don't have to ask for money. People will want to write a check as they see all the good. Is Rob Collins here? Is he here, Rob Collins? No? Anyway, but you know how much good you guys do in Honduras and all the projects, so no problem there. Then of course we got to tell our story. And we got to tell what kind of service we do. So club service, out of the 5 services, I think club service is the most important. It's the glue that keeps us all together. Why would you want to go to a club that is not fun? That's why you're here. You like the fellowship, you like the jokes, you like coming here every week. So I compare it sometimes with a car. A car has 4 wheels and the 5th wheel is the steering wheel. So what drives the car? It's the steering wheel. So that's where it brings you. Now the other 4 services can be the 4 tires. And if you don't do one service a whole lot, you can have like a kind of like a flat tire. Your car still drives, but it's better if you do all the 5 services. So community service. I mean, like I said, preaching to the choir, you guys do so much community service. International service. Interesting story, and if you read the district newsletter, in 1942, 29 Rotarians came together and they said, let's hope we never have another world war like this again. So they formed UNESCO. Then in 1945, that was last month, was about 7 years ago, after the Second World War, 49 Rotarians came together and they said, let's start the United Nations. Now, when Steve said everybody stand up, I don't kind of like that, but there's a reason for that, because not only are there ambassadors from every country at the United Nations, there is one honorary place, and that's for the Rotary International President. He has an honorary seat, because Rotary started the United Nations. So I kind of represent the Rotary International President when I go to a club. But isn't that amazing? Isn't that an amazing story? That people say, so what is Rotary? We started the United Nations. I mean, that's big. Another international service would be youth exchange students. 8,000 students fly all over the world visiting other countries. Best international service you can have. There are ambassadors. And then of course there is the vocational service. In the board meeting I gave a couple of examples. You can have members stand up and let them tell who they are, what they do, and why did they join Rotary. This year in the district I'm promoting a program honor first responders, firefighters, policemen. The police is in the news, you know, it's all bad news, so why not honor them? They do so many good things. Give them an award or, you know, make a big deal about it. And visit somebody's business, a factory, a bank. We all have amazing businesses, so it will be fun to visit it. And then of course the 4-way test. Now can you think of any other organization, not only do is say it every week, the 4-way test, is it the truth, is it fair to unconcerned, but do you know any other organization that asks their members to live, act and think by the 4-way test? That's pretty strong. So that's what I believe vocational service is very important. And then youth service, that's my passion. And of course, here we are, Estonia Rotary, Early Act, Interact, Rotaract, and then you hope, of course, that they move on and become Rotarians, so very important. And then, when somebody says, what is Rotary? A lot of people don't know what Rotary is. They think we're like this secret society that meets every Thursday for lunch, and we probably have a secret handshake. We don't have a secret handshake, but we do have a Rotary sign. Do you know what the Rotary sign is? What does that mean? Disclose. We're disclosed. Only Rotarians knows what that means, right? And then of course we say, okay, the president-elect has to go to PETS, and we're going to send kids to SFTL, and Bob is at PDG, and Steve is in AG. If you're visiting and you're not a Rotarian, you think, what are they talking about, right? We kind of have our own language, so we gotta explain who we are. My mom, who's 86 and lives in the Netherlands, she doesn't know much about Rotary, so she told her friend, who's also 86, she said, my daughter is governor. So the friend said, is she running for president? And my mom said, we'll die. I think she did that first. As in Rotary, you're president first, then you become governor. So we gotta tell our story, we gotta tell what Rotary does. But how do you tell it? We do so much. We promote peace, we save mothers and children, education. If you meet somebody for just, like in an elevator, they call it the elevator speech. What is your story? What do you say? So in Rotary International, they have made it down to 6 words. Join leaders, exchange ideas, and take action. Now that's pretty good. For 6 words, we kind of explains what we do and how we do it. And then polio. How do we explain polio? Now, I had never heard of polio until I joined Rotary. In the Netherlands, I don't know anybody with polio. Bob's grandfather, he remembers him being in a wheelchair and sitting on his lap. So he remembers polio, but I'd never heard of it. So it's so irrelevant to the kids and to the people right now in the United States. Well, it all started, this whole project started in the Philippines in 1985. There was a doctor in a small town, in a small Rotary club, that said, as a community service project, he said, how about if we immunize the children against polio? So the club said, great idea, it was a huge success. Then the district said, let's do it as a district project. So the district did it, great success. Well, Rotary International was looking for a worldwide project, and since 1987, they have taken this on. And we all know the story, there was only 3 countries left and only 2 countries. Now why is Rotary doing this? They're not doing it for glory. They're certainly not doing it to make money, but we are doing this because we made a promise to all the children in the world to get rid of this disease. So Bill and Melinda Gates, they give $2 for every dollar. Melinda Gates and at polio, so that's why they're very passionate about this. So how do we bring this to the district? How do we raise money? Because we always have to ask for money. So I thought of a project that a lot of districts do, and we have one club in our district who does it. And it's called the Paint Your Purple Pinky. China Grove Rotary has 10 members, and they have the China Grove Elementary School with 500 children. So what they do is they explain that in Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, where they get immunized, when the children line up, they get a purple pinky after they immunized. And the children in China Grove Elementary, they bring $1 to school, because $1 is the same amount what it would cost to immunize a child. So they kind of relate, $1 helps 1 child. After they give the $1, they get a purple pinky. The reason is why they do it in those countries. If you give them a note, they'll lose it. But they don't want to skip over a child, and they don't want to have 1 child have 2 doses. So the kids in China Grove Elementary, when they go home after school, their parents, they say, now, why did I have to bring $1? And why in the world is your pinky purple? The children will educate their parents, what Rotary does. So that's why I think that's a great program. It's not about raising money, but it's more about raising awareness. And then dirty water. In Africa, we are so fortunate. We have so much clean water, we don't even think about it. But there's a lot of places that they don't have clean water. So when Bob and I were climbing Kilimanjaro, we were going real slow up the mountain, and these kids were coming and running by us. And they kept saying, Jumbo, Jumbo. And Bob says, now, I know I'm not a skinny man, but why do they keep calling me Jumbo? But Jumbo means hello in Swahili, so. So we stopped them, we took a picture. Now those water jugs that they have in their hands, they're full with water. You know how that water looks like? Like our iced tea. They don't even know what clean water looks like. So how do we bring this project back to the United States where we have an overabundance of things? So I thought of a project about taking care of nature. And how do we take care of nature? It's the monarch butterfly garden, the Rotary monarch butterfly garden. I don't know if you all know the story about the monarchs. They fly from North America to Mexico, where they migrate, and then they fly back. Now you think, well, so what? But in the last 10 years, they have died out by the thousands, by the millions. They're almost extinct. I mean, they're on the borderline of being extinct. So what a great project to build a rotary butterfly garden, and all you have to do is plant milkweed. Milkweed is the only plant that the mother butterfly can lay their eggs on. Now farmers don't like milkweed, so they put pesticide on it. People don't like milkweed, so they get rid of it. And that's why the habitat is almost gone. Now it's not only about the monarch butterfly, it's about honeybees and other pollinators. You've seen it probably in the newspaper, so it's very, very relevant. So now all over the district, I think we already have 20 rotary butterfly gardens. I had a director from hospice call me and he said, do you mind if we build some gardens in hospice? I said, you go ahead, you build them anywhere you want. It's easy, it's cheap, people in Albemarle, in Shelby, they can do it. And a 10-year-old can relate to seeing a little monarch butterfly go by and say, yes, we did that. We helped him, get back to the habitat. He cannot relate to dirty water in Africa. So that's why I believe in educating and taking care of nature. And I believe in collaboration. In Concord, the Rotary Club came together with a couple of businesses and they built this beautiful playground. In Gastonia, I've been bragging about you guys. Five clubs got together and built a Rotary Pavilion. I had another picture with the garden too. I've been showing that, the community garden. And then in Charlotte, 6 clubs are thinking about having a Rotary soccer field. Now, if we're smart on our own, we can be brilliant together. So that's why I believe in collaboration. The more we do together, the bigger things we can do. And this is collaboration in Haiti. 6 clubs got together in our district with the Rotary Club in Haiti, and we built a medical hospital, water wells, and you're going to see all these movies at the foundation banquet. And because the money triples, with all the grants, I think it's over $100,000 that they have done. And then Ghana. Now, when I went to San Diego for the training, in January, you go for a week with all the district governors in the world, 535 district governors, because that's how many districts there are. And you sit with people from Switzerland and China, Australia, and I was sitting next to this really nice gentleman, and I said, where are you from? And he said, I'm from Ghana in Africa. I said, how big is your district? He said, Ghana in Africa. I was like, what kind of question is that? I run the country. There's a lot of district governors that have even 2 or 3 countries. So it's amazing. So I said, what kind of projects do you do? He said, we're so proud. We have a global grant that we're doing. And one club asked for the global grant, and then we're going to share it with the other 40 clubs in Ghana. And it's health days. This whole month of October, they fly doctors in, and then the people line up and they get checked for viruses, they get medicine. I mean, things that we take for granted. Sometimes we complain, I gotta go Friday morning to the doctor. There, they have to wait a whole year. So we were all so impressed with that project that 29 district governors, first time this has ever happened, we all said, we're gonna put in $2,000 or $3,000 to help you with your country. And then I took it a step further. I said, I'm going to ask each club to give $100 so that we can all be part of this global grant. So your club has participated, so thank you for that. And that $100 goes a long way. It probably helps maybe 2,000 people. I mean, it's amazing to think that. But so now we have 1,000 clubs in 29 districts helping the country of Ghana. That's another great Rotary story. And then I believe in celebration. I believe in having fun, celebrating 100% attendance, celebrate when you're in the newspaper. A lot of things to celebrate about. We celebrated a youth conference at Lake Wiley. I don't know if some of you came, but somebody in Gastonia was really happy. He won the $5,000. And your club got $300 back, close to $300 back for all the ducks that you adopted. So first time the district is giving clubs back. So I'm all about helping the club. I lead from the bottom up. I'm on the bottom, you guys are on the top. We just want to make you guys better. And then 2 weeks ago we had a cruise on Lake Norman for the Paul Hare Society and the major donors. And I have a challenge. Every time 10 people sign up for the Paul Hare Society, I will give $1,000 to the foundation. So far we have over 20 people signed up. So that means that you give $1,000 each year. So if you feel inclined after the meeting and you want to put your name on there, I'll be happy to help you with it. And then of course, In 2 weeks, we're going to have the foundation banquet. I hope you come. It's going to be jam-packed with information. John Smart is going to be the speaker. Bill was in class with John Smart, and he said he's such an exciting and inspiring speaker, so it will be real good. Susan Ray from Australia is coming for the greatest, the world's greatest meal. We're going to honor all the 50 climbers. They have raised over $160,000 for polio. And we're going to show movies. Rob is going to show the Honduras movie, we're going to show the Peru movie, the Ghana movie. So it's going to be lots of information about the foundation. And then the district conference is going to be next year in Asheville in May. So I hope you come to that. And then I'm all about fun. Let's make it fun. I think the 4-way test, maybe if we recite it today, Chuck, we can make it the 5-way test. After we say, will it be beneficial to all concerned, let's say, will it be fun? Because why would you want to be a Rotary if it's not fun, right? So, talking about fun, Bob and I started the Rotary Club last year in Huntersville, the Happy Hour Club. And I asked my daughter, who's 30 years old and she's in the movies and all that, she's, in promotion. I said, Amanda, I want to get this Rotary sign out. How should I do it? So I made a commercial on TV and what do you think? She said, Mom, that is too expensive and people go to the bathroom during commercials, so don't waste your time on that. She said, you gotta make a movie on YouTube. YouTube is free, make it about 2.5 minutes and put it on a song. So I go back to my club and I said, so what song fits with our club? So they said, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, a happy song. But we all decided, don't worry, be happy. So you're gonna see a 2-minute movie. And then I'm going to challenge Chuck and you guys to come up with your own movie and we'll show it at the district conference. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. So there you go. All right, and then I believe in the power of one. One man on one cold wintry night got together with his 3 friends and said, let's have fun, fellowship, and let's do business together. So, of course, they rotated offices in the beginning. That's why it's called Rotary. And 110 years later, we still have the same. We still have fellowship and we do business together. Why not? But of course, all these 1.2 million people that we have now didn't all come at the same time. They came one at a time. This is a picture in the Netherlands. When you drive by, there's a little sign that says 3 answers. 1956, 50,000 bulbs, 1 woman, 1 bulb at a time. And then a lot of things start with 1. 1 tree can make a forest. 1 smile can start a friendship. And 1 candle can light up a room. 1 teacher can make the difference in somebody's life. 1 child can make a difference in the world. And 1 book can make a difference. $1 towards clean water can save $4 in health cost. If every child had clean water, we wouldn't have all these illnesses. Talking about water, water is hot at 211 degrees. 1 degree more, what do you get? You get boiling water. 1 degree more, and you can make trains move. It's sometimes that 1 member that can make a club roll. A gold medal. The difference between a gold medal and no medal is sometimes 1/10 of a second. NASCAR. The difference between winning $10 million or nothing is sometimes 1/100th of a second. Now you think that's a small fraction, but it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication. It's the same at the Rotary Club. If you want to have a 100% club, it takes a lot of work. Now you can point 1 finger and say, well, but you should have done this and you should have done that. When you point 1 finger, 3 fingers are pointing back at you. What is it that you could have done different? Talking about small fractions, 2 years ago, Bob and I came back from a fly fishing trip from Mongolia and I broke my neck. A 1/4 inch more, the doctor said, and I would have been paralyzed like Christopher Reeves. A 1/4 inch makes a big difference, made a big difference in my life. And then, of course, 1 drop of vaccine to polio can make a difference in 1 child's life. 1 butterfly. How can 1 butterfly make a difference? Well, about 50 years ago, there was a meteorologist who wanted to make a machine that you could predict the weather for the next 5 or 6 months. So he had 2 machines running. He started 1 in the beginning and 1 in the middle. They called this, by the way, chaos theory. And he thought the outcome would be the same. But it didn't. The one that started in the middle had a totally different outcome. Because every little fraction in the weather can make a different outcome. And he discovered it with a butterfly. If a butterfly flaps its wings in South America, it can cause a hurricane in Texas. So they call this the butterfly effect. Well, the butterfly effect can be in a person's life too. Somebody can say something to you today, and you might change your whole way of thinking. All Rotarians, we do so many things for other people that we might never even see or meet, but we make a huge difference in their lives. So I'm going to show another 2-minute movie with small changes in life, just like Rotarians do, and look for the butterfly at the end. matter. Every degree, every quarter inch, every dollar you give to the foundation, and every new member, it all matters. Rotary International President Ravi Ravindan encourages us all to be inspired by all these people that have given gifts to the world. Some people, their whole life is a gift to the world, like Nelson Mandela, Jimmy Carter, Mother Teresa. And I believe that whatever we do, whenever we do it, and wherever we do, we can all make a change and be a gift to the world, because we have so much and others have so little. So, can we make a difference in the world and be a gift? Yes, we can. But will we make a change in the world and be a gift? Yes, we will. Thank you for having me today.
I think those inspiring words, Ineke, it really means a lot to have you come with us and share these things. It's fairly challenging and motivation. I want to let you know that on behalf of our board of directors, they've authorized me to make a gift to our Rotary Foundation in the name of all the members of our club, so therefore we can be part of this every Rotarian every year initiative. So on behalf of the Rotary Club of Gastonia, I'd like to give you this check
Thank
for the
you.
Rotary Foundation.
Thank you, Joe.
And with that, let us stand and be adjourned with the following test.